All right, good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday. All right, our lesson would be about teaching, traveling, other lifestyles. All right, and this is Membran's teaching channel. If you would subscribe, I would appreciate it. And so today we will be talking about groups of animals. This is one fun science lesson again. I have several of them. Okay, so let's start with our target. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so fast. Our target today is to identify the 5 groups of animals. Also, I would like you to give at least one example of each group of animals. Okay, so let's move on. All right, why do we need to group animals? We can tell that animals are divided into many groups. There are groups that are maybe they are based on their characteristics, but all animals have some basic features in common. Like let's say there are animals that have 4 legs, but there are also animals that have 2 legs. But that does not mean that they are the same. But all of them are considered animals anyway. Okay, so there probably are some reasons why animals are to be grouped. But before that, there are some advantages and disadvantages. So an advantage of being in group is that, of course, nobody can attack them. Each of them, each member of the group are defensive material from predators. So predator defense. Communal suckling, they have the same needs, they have the same comfort, and so there is nothing to worry. Another one is because there's a lot of them in the group, it is always easy to get food. So easy acquisition of food. And then infanticide possible. So if there's a lot of them, let's say there are only 2 females, but there are 4 or 5 males. So they are going to compete. They are going to kill each other just so because one of them would want to win. One of the males or 2 of those females will have, let's say, 2, 3 partners, which, sometimes they get killed. Now, disadvantages of groups of animals is that they attract predators. Ooh, when the predator sees them, when the predators see them, they would probably think, wow, we have lots of food. All right. They will also have mixed up litters because there's a lot of them in the group. Probably they will have, several of them would probably be raised with different characteristics. So they will have mixed up because of the groups that they are in. Plus, because there's a lot of them in the group, disease will easily be spreading, or disease spreads quickly. Okay, so those are some of the reasons why we need to group animals. Although there are advantages and disadvantages, of course, we have to lay our decision or opinion on, well, that is what animals like, or that is how they want to live. They want to live together. Okay, so the first group of animals are the fish. Sometimes plural would also be fishes, but fish is also accepted. Those are koi. I want to have some koi. All right, here are the characteristics of fish. One is that they live, of course, they live in water. Either they are salt water or tap water. They are actually the habitat for fish. Another one is that they have very common characteristics. They have scales. All right. They have scales, and they breathe through their gills. No fish would not breathe through their gills. Most of them have gills, and so therefore they are going to have they are going to use it for breathing. All right. So now we have three characteristics of fish. Next one, bird. Birds have feathers. Usually, the last time we talk about bill. So we have the bill and you have the beak. A bird usually has a beak. And I told you that beaks may differ because of, or it might differ because of the food that they have. Like, let's say for ducks, they need a flat bill in order to get to the sandy area of maybe the stream or the river, or of the river or the lakes. They need that in order to get some shells for food. Some not eating birds, usually they have thick and short carved beaks. Just like this eagle, yeah, the eagle, the beak is so carved, that's for tearing meat. All right, for fisher birds, or bird fisher, I think they call it bird fishers. They usually have long beaks that can just get small fish and that can wade, just like the flamingo. They can wade in deep waters and they can still get the fish from underwater. Now, this is one thing that we have to say, that most birds can fly. Although there are birds that cannot fly, but most of them can fly. Like the ostrich. Ostriches cannot fly. They're so heavy. Plus, I read something about their bones are not as hollow as the birds. Okay? Birds can fly. They have hollow bones, while ostriches have, they are, from what I see, is that they are so huge. Their weight is extremely probably heavy. So they can, but they can run very well. They can run very fast. Okay, bird. And now the third group are the amphibians. Amphibians live on water and on land. When they live in water, they breathe through their gills. When they live on land, they breathe through their lungs. Okay, let me explain this one. They live on water when they are young. That's when they are in the tadpole, or from eggs to the tadpole stage. When they are slowly getting into or developing their feet, as well as their tails are already shorter, they start breathing with their lungs. So when they live in water, they are still in their younger stage. But when they are on land, they breathe through their lungs already. That is when they are grown up frogs already. Now, other examples of amphibians are the salamander. They are also what do you call this? Hibernating. Like, how do they hibernate? During extreme cold, they would be under muds, deep under muds, to keep them warm. Frogs are the same thing too. Sometimes they hibernate. Okay. All right. So, and there are two kinds of frogs. We have the, not two kinds of frogs. There are toads and frogs. We will also have one of that lesson that I have in another channel. Okay, so those are amphibians. And now we come to the reptiles. All right, those are examples of reptiles: the turtle, the crocodile, snakes, lizards. Those are all reptiles. All right, reptiles breathe through their lungs. They are not, even the snake, if there are some sea snakes, they have to get up on the surface to breathe some air. Now, reptiles usually lay eggs. Yep, they are egg-laying animals, and they hatch their eggs. The mommy, of course, the mommy reptile would hatch the eggs, and once they are hatched, they are free to get out of the mother's nest. Okay, like with snakes, sometimes there are snakes that are they give birth to live snakes. Yep, just like dogs and cats. All right, but with crocodiles and alligators, they usually have eggs, and their eggs are big, not really that big. The biggest that I saw from the crocodile farm in our province is just like a softball. I think that's the largest size that I saw. All right, it probably would. You can just think about how big a crocodile would be, or a baby crocodile. So that is how it was. And now with turtles, normally a mommy turtle would lay her eggs on a sandy area along beaches. They have to dig holes and put all their eggs in there. And I am not very sure if she's going to come back and hatch them, but she covers it. And so the sand is the one that is hatching their eggs. Once the baby turtles are hatched, they would come to the shore. It's his own. They have to leave. They have to survive. They need to survive. So the first thing they do is they run right quick. After they are being hatched, they run quick to the water in order to survive. But even if they are already in the water, they are not sure yet if they are going to survive, because there are other predators that feed on them also. Okay. Another thing is that reptiles also have, some reptiles have scales, others have shells. Just like the turtle, it has shells, but the rest, I think the crocodile has a hard covering. Oh, the skin that is another material for purses, belts, wallets. So it's an expensive one too. All right, so those are the reptiles. Are we still missing something? I think we are. Our group. All right, so here is what we are missing: mammals. Okay, one of the characteristics of mammals is that they have fur or hair. Even us, we have hairs, not only the hair on top of our head, but we are also covered with hairs. There are tiny hairs that are around us, and that hair is the one that covers the skin pigment, the one that we have the small holes on our skin. I think I have a lesson like that also later on. Okay, so they have fur or hair. And then another one, why we are called mammals, is that the baby mammals get milk from their mothers, from the mammary glands of the mom. The mammary glands have milk that is sufficient to feed the baby until he grows up. So normally, mammals are taking care of their young. They do not just let them go like the turtles, as what I have explained earlier. They take care of their young. Even bats, they would enclose their babies with their wide wings. All right, bats are mammals. So just you can just imagine if they have one or two baby bats, then the mommy bat is going to look for food so that she's going to have more milk for both of them. Now I also included dolphins because dolphins are sea mammals together with whales. They have a special breathing organ, which is their lungs also. So just expect a dolphin. Sometimes dolphins, they are always in pods. Group of dolphins is a pod. So they would always be in group because they do not compete, but they love playing with each other. So when they are on the surface, believe me, they are breathing. The same is true with whales. They cannot stay long underwater. Even the sea cow. I was just watching the video of a sea cow this weekend, and I have seen that every now and then the sea cow has to get up to the surface to breathe air because they have a special lungs for them to stay in the water for a short while, and then they have to get up in the on the surface to breathe. Okay, now for our review, here we are. What is an example of a fish? Of course, it's fish. But you know what? Eels are also fish. What else? There's a lot of porcupine can also be a fish. A stonefish, of course, it's a stonefish. All right, they have scales. They breathe through their gills and they stay in the water. If you take out fish out of the water, it will die. Okay, unless you have some air substitute like a pump, then they're going to live. Okay, so next one are birds. I already have one example, which is the eagle. What else can you give as an example? Maybe what? Yep, hawk. Yes, a crow. Penguin is a bird too. And, oh, I forgot to tell you that birds, all birds, I think, lay eggs. So that is how they reproduce. All right, next one are the amphibians. I have shown you a lot of examples for reptiles and mammals. I think I forgot about the frogs and the toads and the salamander. They are examples of amphibians. And then reptiles or amphibians can live both on land and in water. They live on water when they are young, but then when they are grown up, they stay on the land. They make good voices also. Like during rainy season, I remember when I was young, during rainy season, I would always hear them at night. So, but I thought the one who are croaking are the female ones, but according to my readings, they are the male frogs because they need to attract the females with their golden voices. That was nice, huh? Okay, so and now we come to the mammals. Mammals, we are one of the members of the mammals family, but we are more smart, we are smarter, we are intelligent, we have very powerful brain compared to other mammals. We were grouped with them because we feed our young with milk from their mammary glands. Okay, all mothers have milk when they give birth to their young. That is because it is natural. It is kind of like a development of the body that when there is a baby, I think the mother's body is already attuned to it, reproducing milk so that the young will have their food, because you cannot feed babies with spongy or hard food or bread or noodles. Nope, they cannot swallow yet. They don't know how to swallow yet. All right, so that's all about mammals, reptiles, amphibians, birds, and fish. Now, if you can remember, all of this are vertebrates. And vertebrates are animals that have backbone. Backbones are also known as spinal column. Now, if you feel your back, from the back of your neck to the back of your, like from the butt, the hip area, that is our spinal column. That is the bridge where all the sensations are brought to the brain for a referral, brought to the brain for evaluation. It is like, let's say, if you saw something, all of those will be brought to the brain, and the brain is going to dictate, oh, you saw a beautiful rose. Thank you for all the roses. Oh my God, you spent a great deal. Thank you to your mommies who bought all the flowers for me today. And thank you also to those who are, who kept on telling me I am a great teacher. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So another term for a spinal column is also vertebrae. And that ends our lesson. The next one that we are going to have would be different kinds of animals that eat different kinds of food. All right. So because our unit this week, I mean, before the end, as we end the school year, will be about living things, and this is part of it. So next time we are going to discuss vertebrates and invertebrates, and then you will find out that there's a lot more groups of invertebrates than vertebrates. Okay, thank you so much, and I hope that tomorrow you will have something to share with your friends who are not watching the videos. All right. Thank you so much, and I hope you subscribe. And if you subscribe, I'm pretty sure I will have a big heart, a big hug. Okay? Bye now. And thank you for watching.